What's up, Vinyl Community? The Czar coming at you tonight from the garage. You know, it actually warmed up to about 38 to 40 degrees. So I figured, you know what? I'll go out of the garage and smoke me a Perdoba, drink me a little sweet tea, and make a video for you guys. If this camera here will straighten up, it's doing all kinds of crazy stuff. You know, today I always reminisce, man. You guys ever reminisce? Think about the old times, you know, the good old days. You know, I always think about that. I guess that it's kind of a downfall for me because I'm always reminiscing and thinking about the good old days, man. I don't know if that's a downfall or a good thing, you know. But it seems to me, I may be wrong, but it seems to me like the world just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. You know, you think the older as a civilization, the older we get, the more intelligent and more adaptive to the things of this world we would be, and we would make it a better place for ourselves. You know, and we don't do that, man. You know what drives us is money. Money, ego, you know, all this fucking silly shit that one day really won't matter. You know, a lot of this stuff that we think is important. You know, and then whenever I reminisce, I never say, oh man, I can remember that time I spent all that money. You ever reminisce about the time you spent all that money? No, you don't. You don't worry. You know, hey, I remember that time that, man, my ego really got built up that day, man. I really felt good that day. You know? No, you don't reminisce on those times, man. I reminisce about, you know, just about my kids, you know, things that happened with my kids, you know. Kids being born, going to the hospital, you know. First Christmas, you know. Think about when I used to go fishing when I was a little kid. Thinking about when we'd go fishing, and I can remember my uncle used to catch these great big old catfish, man, and I used to love it, man. I used to love it, man. Go out there and it just blew me away seeing these big old catfish sitting there, man. It's just, you know, those are the things, man, that I reminisce about, man. You know, I know you guys reminisce too, and I like to think it's a good thing, you know. That's why I'm always fishing, and I'm out at the lake, and I'm trying to make new memories and stuff. And I had a wonderful year last year as far as fishing and stuff goes. I mean, there was a lot of changes, but you know, in the world we live in today, man, the world is like the twilight zone, man. You know, we live in the twilight zone. I try not to get too wrapped up in the twilight zone. We'll just call the world the twilight zone, you know. It's like everybody's driven by money and egos, you know. It's like I just went out and I spent $1,500 on this rare Blue Note special. It's like, good for you, man. Good fucking for you. Why don't you put the needle on it and let us hear what it sounds like? Why don't you tell us what it sounds like? You know what I'm saying? It's like, good for you, man. You spent a lot of money on a fucking record. Oh, wait, you sold a bunch of records. Oh, you sold a bunch of records. Well, good for you, man. You made money. You know what I'm saying? It's the money. And I'm not singling anybody out. I'm just saying, man, money, money, money. This world is morally fucking bankrupt due to money. So that brings me to this point. Being the czar, I'm bringing you a message today to bring more unity to the vinyl community. You know, and I'm not talking. You know, if you buy a record, you want to show it off to the vinyl community, please, by all means, show your record off. Show your recent finds to the vinyl community. But let me just go here as far as my reminiscing goes. Today, I was reminiscing today about the vinyl community. Honest to God, it was about the vinyl community. And I'll tell you what, man, some of the best videos that you'll ever see in the vinyl community are the ones of like your favorite channel. Go back to their first videos and watch some of their first videos that they ever made. Okay, I'm telling you, they're some of the best videos. And I was on there today, and I was watching. I like watching my buddy Jay. He's over at Vinyl in the Van, and I was watching some of his first videos that he ever made. Man, and he just really took me back, man. I was like, wow, man, this is the vinyl community that I remember falling in love with. You know, this is the stuff, you know, because Jay's on there, and he's not talking about all the money he's spent. He's talking about, I love this record, you know, I'm just glad to have this record in my collection. I've been looking for this thing for a long time, and it's great spin, you know, and he's just very passionate about these records, you know. Instead of, you know, I got this fucking $1,000 toe poke. There's none of that bullshit going on these old videos, you know. So I was watching that today, and it just took me back, and I was like, you know what I want to do, man? I want to make a video today just to show some of my go-to spits. You know, we all got our go-to spits. What are some of the albums that are kind of my go-tos? It's like when I just want to throw a record on that I really enjoy. What are these records that I really enjoy? So I pulled some of them out today, and I want to share them with you. That's all right. One of the albums that I really enjoy is this one right here. It's the Soul Benders Studio One, which is like an old music from back in the 50s, probably the 40s, 50s, and 60s. And it's a compilation album of the old Studio 145s. They got a lot of these old 45s from Studio One, and they put it on a 12-inch, and it sounds really old, and it has that old Jamaican dubstep stuff. I mean, it's just a really, I mean, it sounds like that right there. It's just like a bunch of guys in the room, like an arena, like a school arena, and they're just playing some music, man. And it's just a fantastic, fun spin. I throw that thing on all the time and just listen. It's not something that everybody will love either, too. You know, it's just like, it's something that I love. You know, it's records that I really enjoy. So this is one of my go-to albums that I really enjoy to spin, you know. And I can't even tell you how much it cost. I can't remember. I don't really care how much it costs. I don't know if it's a first press or a fifth press. I don't care. I enjoy spinning this album. Another thing I like to listen to is I like to listen to Jerry Garcia's solo stuff. I love his solo stuff, and especially these Record Store Day box sets, man. These things, I really enjoy these. These are great spins, man. Some of his solo work. I love the Grateful Dead too. Don't get me wrong. I love the Grateful Dead, but whenever I get really in the mood for some Grateful Dead, a lot of times I'll start it off with some Jerry Garcia solo stuff. So I really enjoy this solo stuff by Jerry Garcia. And this is the one from Capitol Theater in 1980. It's a great box set. I love it. Okay, and then I'll just put these two records together. But sometimes I get in the mood to listen to some blues. And I'll grab me some Howlin' Wolf. I really enjoy Howlin' Wolf and Lightning Hopkins. Lightning Hopkins is probably one of my favorites. I love this album right here. This purple Lightning Hopkins album. This is one of my go-tos. And this, you know, greatest hits. You know, the greatest hits of Howlin' Wolf. This is another one that I really enjoy. If I'm in the mood to throw some blues on, these are definitely coming out, man. They're definitely coming out. Then, of course, you got this, man. I can remember this album. I can remember when this came out, man. I was in elementary school. And me and my buddies, we had the tape. They came out. It was on a tape. You could buy the tape for a couple dollars. So, you know, now that I'm grown up, I bought the LP. Now I got Beastie Boys, Licensed to Ill, man. It's a classic, man. It's a fucking classic album. It's a fun spin. I enjoy listening to this album. Brass Monkey, all the fucking classics on this thing, man. My neighbors love this album. Let me tell you, I put this on, and my neighbors just love it to death. Then there's one more I want to show you, and I've shared this one with you guys before. It's the Ramones. It's alive, man. This is just there's no shrink on it or nothing. This is how I keep it, man. There's no shrink. It's a fucking great spin, man. This is definitely you know, if you're in the mood for just getting fucking angry and just having a good fucking time around the house or pissing off the old lady, man, this is definitely one to put on. It's a great spin, man. Nobody's going to debate that this isn't a great spin. This is a fun spin. So, anyway, I just want to share that with you guys. Try to keep this video short if I can, because I know that you ain't got enough patience to sit your ass down and actually watch a video. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, man. Brother Brian, the czar of the vinyl community, man. Let's get our ass back to reality. Let's make a better future. It's 2022. Y'all have a wonderful year, man. God bless y'all. I'm out of here.